little babies.
That's certainly help WNBA viewership.
Yeah.
Not that it needs it.
I watched
Beating
it
up
on
the Cup
Sunday.
Finals, apparently.
I watched it on Sunday. It was pretty good. Caitlin Clark, she was nasty.
Of course you watched it. Clearly, you just
I'm a
did
big-
10 minutes on the WNBA headlines.
Oh.
We have to do this now. This is a new thing. Welcome to 10 Questions from a Guy Named Rob. We talk about the Lakers sale, the WNBA, Father's Day, Major League Baseball.
Shador Sanders.
Jabril Peppers' rap album, among other things. This is a guy named Rob. 10 questions, please. By all means.
Does the new Lakers sale make the Luka trade feel even more sketchy now?
Yes. Yes, it does, because now you have all that star power there in LA. It makes it so it's a very intriguing to go buy it. So $10 billion and Luka Doncic. Yep.
Yeah, it kind of seems like the NBA knew that they wanted to have this happen and drive up the price to their prized franchise here even more to be now the highest in American sports history.
And because they want the expansion teams to be able to pay, they wanted all these teams that were selling to have a price so they can have these expansion teams have like a starting price.
So I think it drives up that was the whole talk around the Celtics. I don't know if it makes it more sketchy. It's maybe top 3 sketchiest NBA moves of all. It's up there with the Patrick Ewing frozen draft card.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all a money play. I'm sure this was somewhere in there. Yeah, I'm sure this was part of it somewhere.
Absolutely.
But like this, how much does Luka change in evaluation of the Lakers? If the Lakers sold for $10 billion with Luka, what do they sell without Luka? Like I don't know how much that number actually changed. Luka Doncic is a $2 billion evaluation change. No,
well, because you got LeBron, who's going to be 40.
No, that's not how it works. That's just not fucking how it works, right? I don't disagree.
Hot snakes are coming back.
I don't disagree with you that it was all probably part of some conspiracy and they all kind of knew what the fuck was going on. But like Luka Doncic doesn't swing an evaluation of a franchise $2 billion, except if you're the Mavericks. Maybe they were. He doesn't swing the Lakers $2 billion. He probably swung the Mavericks $2 billion down the other way.
Is the WNBA getting better?
Raymond?
Yes, it is. I seriously watched it. Like, I know that headlines with the obvious one was like a little fucking joke. I actually watched the WNBA this weekend.
Caitlin Clark is fire.
She's fun to watch. She's fun to watch.
Yes,
I know. The rest of it?
I haven't seen a game, so I'll trust you nerds on this.
Oh, shit, you misogynist freak.
You fucking
goddamn right.
Women's rights, baby.
You're goddamn right. Speaking of misogynism, is Father's Day essentially guaranteed sex day?
Nope, because I didn't get it.
Oh, what? Come on, Ray.
You boned so much, Bobby. Bobby, that dick, give it a rest, buddy. Jesus Christ. Every time.
He's going to tribe.
Yeah.
If there's one, that should, I think that's above the birthday. Because the birthday is about you. This is about you fathering their children.
So I didn't get it on Father's Day.
I like
my birthday was on Tuesday.
Siring more.
No, so listen, I didn't get it on Father's Day. My birthday was on Tuesday.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Ray! I know we've been celebrating your birthday for a fucking month, dude.
I got sex on Monday. I didn't get sex on my birthday, nor did I get it on Father's Day. I got it on Monday.
Wow, you're doing it all wrong.
She's comfortable.
All wrong.
I don't even remember Father's Day. I don't. Yeah, I would go.
I don't even remember. Yeah, very good. Are the Rays overvalued at $1.7 billion?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
They don't even have a fucking stadium to play at.
Yeah. I changed a couple of Bobby's questions here because they're redundant with some topics that we hadn't talked about yet. I just put that in, like, the Rays are worth $1.7 billion, which they are overrated. The Lakers 10. Like, just
but they have a home. The Rays don't have a home right now.
No, I know that they are over. They're probably they probably are overvalued.
But did you see the stadium that they're playing in? It's kind of cool.
Just the difference between, franchises is nuts.
It is.
And it's not like the MLB, they're a $10 billion organization. Like, for one of those franchises to be so much lower than the rest is It says everything you need to know about baseball.
Yeah, there's a big divide between the bottom teams in baseball. Some of those, they're just borderline AAA teams.
Yeah, tax exempt capitalism fucked over Tampa Bay, like you read about.
Need relegation, baby. MLS is getting it.
I love you, right? But again, that wouldn't help. I don't know what that does to help evaluations of ball clubs.
So you stop sucking.
But if you're at the bottom and you get relegated, then your value goes down even more.
But I'm just saying, so teams would stop sucking.
He's just talking about competitive balance, not the money.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're talking about the money. God damn it. I have to shit.
Shedeur Sanders got busted driving 101 miles per hour. Will the Browns use this to dump him?
No. He had the best spring by far. He was like 100 for 100, like dialed in at minicamp. Yeah. He's going to be their starting quarterback on day. I called this when they drafted him.
Yeah, there is potential.
He will start the season as a starting quarterback for the Browns.
Did you see that one thing, the one tweet that guy had? He goes, they were talking about that. And they're like, Shedeur was going 110 or 160 or whatever. And they're like, that's not the biggest news. He was supposed to go 25 and he dropped to 155. That's the biggest shocker of Cleveland history.
He is a prick, though. He's got to mature,
of course,
real fast.
Yeah.
Yep. As we discussed previously, Jabril Peppers dropped a rap album under the alias J Pep. If you were going to have a rap alias, what would it be? I'll tell you mine. It's Lil Wigwam X.
You had all day to think about that.
That's good. I like that. I can't compete with that.
All right, very good. More tornadoes have touched down in Denver than the Rockies have wind. Coach says, don't let him get hot. Should we believe him?
Yes. Yeah. That was an unbelievable quote. The Rockies won 2 games in a row. I think they're 10 and whatever. They're on pace, on pace for 137 losses with a 514 run differential, which would be the worst in MLB history by 164 runs. And the manager comes out and says, don't let him get hot.
They do it.
They were the one that played them. They were the ones playing the Marlins, right? When they only had like 60 people there or something like that.
That makes sense.
I think, yeah, we had that on the last show.
Yeah.
Counting the guys in the stands.
Who will be the one player to get arrested during this June break before camp from the Pats?
Trevion Henderson.
What?
How dare you, Ray?
You just said it. Who will be? I mean, it's gonna be someone shocking.
Slander the name of a young.
I was gonna say Javon Baker.
No, it's either J Pep.
Yeah,
he needs street cred with a new rap album.
True.
Or do you see Stephon?
He needs street cred. Didn't he get arrested for cocaine?
Yeah, but he never got locked up.
Oh, okay.
It's different.
Did you see Stephon Diggs' new post?
No.
Something along the lines of I'm doing my best to balance between work and family, and it feels like work's winning out every day. And there's like pictures of some kids and whatever else on there. I'm gonna go Steph Diggs will be the guy that gets arrested in this offseason.
Okay.
Very good. Has the NBA Finals been a success for the league?
No. I've watched 4 minutes of that.
Would they say it's the lowest rated?
Yeah.
Since like 2018 or maybe
what's
even
the score right now? They started, right? What's the score right now, Rick?
Yeah, they started 26-20.
Is Halliburton playing?
Yep.
Yeah. The games have been competitive, but I mean, there's no juice.
There's
nothing to it.
There's nothing that you'd be like, I'm going to stay up late and watch this. No.
Nah. I don't think there's been, and we made this turn, or at least I made this turn on SGA earlier this season, but the turn to like hate a guy, like everybody loved.
You did.
I did. I stand by it. And now America does too. But America loves to build you up and knock you down. Not many people have been built up and knocked down as fast as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And you know why? Because they finally get a chance to watch him play, and they hate it because
he just falls and just
a
flops.
Better James Harden. It's infuriating.
Yeah, he doesn't go to strip clubs.
It's a shitty. Yeah. That's where we're at. It's a shitty brand of basketball. Overall, the Thunder is not a shitty brand of basketball, but he is. And Yeah, and Pacers have no fucking business being there.
Well, they're winning right now.
Yeah,
I know. I say that just in they're very 2004 Pistons kind of.
I hope they force a game seven. Game 7. That'll be Sunday. I would probably watch that.
I will watch a game 7.
I would watch a game 7. Yeah,
I would root heavily for the Pacers.
As
marketing department. See, that's what they want. They know everyone. Hey, I'd fucking watch a game 7. Yeah, why not? Win or go home. You know?
I'm sure the refs are going to lean hard on the Pacers tonight.
Scott Foster in there tonight.
It has to be. It has to be him roughing tonight.
Rockets extended Udoka. Did the Celtics make a mistake letting him go?
Yes. No. Wait, Bobby, go ahead. Nope,
obviously, this is a question that I put in here so I could rant about Missoula's dumbass. Of course. They would have 2 more titles if he was still there.
Yes, I agree. He's a better basketball coach than Joe Mazzulla. However, he dicked down one of the owner's wives.
I don't give a shit about that.
You can't have that. You're like the dysfunction in the Red Sox organization is tearing the team apart from the inside, and no one dicked down anybody that we know of. Udoka went in there and plowed some owner's wife. You can't have that shit.
He's probably hot as fuck. How could you? What the hell?
Team. I wish we knew who it was so we could Google her.
Yeah.
Nobody in Houston gives a shit.
There's like 1,000 owners of the. There's like 1,000 minority owners for the.
Well, first of all, and then you got the new owner. His wife would have loved that shit, so it would have all worked out.
No, Missoula's
wrote a book about that.
Missoula's on the hall pass for the new owner's wife. We should know her name. I don't. Sorry. Yes. Although, yeah. No, Udoka would be better than Missoula. I agree with you. Although I think a coach like that in the NBA probably has a shorter lifespan. Like the players probably get sick of him, and then you'd kind of have to start over. But that's already happening anyway. So, yeah. But you can't keep a coach who's dicked down one of your owner's wives. You just can't have that hanging over.
I disagree completely.
You know what? You guys are right. I'm wrong. We'll be right back with checking in with the. We'll do a little Celtics check-in and a little Bruins check-in, real quick right after this. I'm amazed by the world's embrace, in precious eyes. We'll start Bruins here. Brad Marchand is a 2-time Stanley Cup champion. The Florida Panthers, an absolute dominant run by Marchand. Do you care?
Yes. I'm happy. I'm happy for him. I like Brad Marchand.
Oh, you're happy for him.
I'm happy for him. He went to a team. He won. He had a hell of a fucking series. Now the Bruins only got a first-round pick for him. And he was in the running for Conn Smythe. I think he was the second odds-on favorite to win it. So, yeah, it's funny. The Bruins let this guy go. Everyone thought he was washed up, blah, blah, blah. He shouldn't have been the captain here, blah, blah, blah. Goes there in Florida and wins a cup. I'm happy for him.
I am too. I was more talking about like people are like upset or butthurt or like confused about being happy for him or not. No, you should be happy for him. And the Bruins should have traded him. Both of those were the right moves.
They should have got a little more for him.
They got a first-round pick for a 37-year-old guy who was injured. What do you want more? They got a first-round pick for a 37-year-old declining player who was currently off of the ice and with no timetable to return. They got a first-round pick. What I don't. This is what I mean. I don't agree with that. I'm not as down on Sweeney as a lot. Everybody wants to fire Sweeney. It's like I don't see that. Like who's going to
give you to November? I'll give you to November, and then we'll be having a little rant, and you'll have some hot snakes, and you'll be saying this fucking guy. This fucking guy couldn't draft to save his fucking life. He got the wrong fucking guy. He should have taken this guy instead of that guy. Why do we have all these fucking guys?
About the NHL draft, which we will touch on next week as the Bruins potentially look to trade up with some real crazy rumors, which we're late tonight, so we'll touch on next week. The NHL draft is next Friday, I do believe, 27th. So we'll do that next week. There are some rumors around there. Just to stick on the Stanley Cup real quick, though. I love the NHL injury report after the season's over and what guys play through. Like very famously, 2011, Patrice Bergeron played through like a punctured lung.
Yep.
So Matthew Tkachuk played through a adductor off the adductor. Is that what it's called? Tore off the bone, and he had a sports hernia the whole time. He said multiple times he's like, I couldn't play, and the medical staff just like pumped him up with whatever.
Don't be a pussy. Get out there.
Every year,
core muscle. How do you not play? How do you play with that?
hockey
Adductor?
guy.
You take a shot. You take a shot. You don't feel any pain. You just fucking go, baby.
No. It's simply hockey guys. You strap on the skates and you fuck. Like LeBron on the other side of it is complaining about he wants games to be 40 minutes now, not 48. I don't know if you saw that. And he doesn't understand the obsession with rings, with championship rings.
Because he doesn't have enough.
Meanwhile, Matthew Tkachuk is getting muscles ripped off his rib cage and hernias popping out as he's skating. He's skating for
doctors are like, boop,
20 minutes and like pounding into guys, forechecking, winning. Like the hockey guys, man, hockey guys. Like every year, people forget. I watched way more of the Stanley Cup Finals with no, I didn't care who won.
No rooting interest.
I didn't watch any NBA playoffs. The Stanley Cup playoffs is the best playoffs. They're just a little too long. They're still a little like hockey and basketball is still just a little too long, but hockey by far is way better than watching the playoffs.
Yep.
These guys are unbelievable. Will McDavid ever win a Stanley Cup?
Nope. Not in Edmonton.
Yeah, I think that's probably
his
right.
contract's up next offseason. He'll be the biggest commodity that everyone's going to be bidding for. So I don't think he's going to be winning anything in Edmonton.
I think I agree with you. I think he ring chases his next move or two.
I don't think he even ring chases. I just think the next franchise that goes and gets him will build around him. And
then if he leaves the Oilers, he will go to a ready-made team.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
He's not young anymore. Like he's been in the league nearly a decade.
True. The NHL probably wants him to go to a better team so they can market around him better because he is the face of the league right now.
They want him to probably at this point stay in Canada, like Toronto.
No, you can't go to Toronto because that's a fucking loser franchise. You can't.
Yeah, well, you and I, we know that, but like the NHL keeps forgetting that, and fucking Canada keeps forgetting that.
Yeah.
Or the Rangers or like a bigger market like that. But a team ready to go. He's not going to go. He's not going to be like a middling market team that dumps all. He's not going to take the biggest contract type of deal. He will go to a team that's ready to go, and he will get a Stanley Cup. He's too good not to. Like who's at the level of his skill and accomplishments that has not won a championship? I will. We can spend some time. Get back to me next segment. Like the list of non-championship winners: Barkley, Ewing, Marino, Dan Marino.
He might be if
he does not win, he's the Dan Marino of the NHL.
I like that.
If Dan Marino won a Super Bowl, would he be a top 5 quarterback of all time?
Yep.
More than likely.
I think that's probably right. If Connor McDavid wins a Stanley Cup, he's in that top 10 conversation. There's way more better like hockey players.
Just what fucking franchise would he go to though? That's the question.
I don't know hockey well enough to like look at the rosters in 2 or 3 years from now to look at that and tell you. But
yeah,
Edmonton's probably not going to be it. But he'll win. Yeah, I think he'll win.
Yeah.
So there you have it. There's the NHL stuff. Again, we'll get back to the NHL draft next week and what the Bruins are looking like moving forward. I did just want to touch on quickly the Celtics. The Celtic stuff that's popping up on the social media. I don't even know if I made it into the email here. The Celtics are taking trade requests for Derek White and Jaylen Brown. They're
listening. They're not taking. They're just listening.
Right. They're listening. The door's open. They're reportedly getting, quote, crazy offers for both players. And there are Brad Stevens is reportedly not going to pull the trigger on anything other than some type of unbelievable, monumental deal. So my biggest question is why do you even open the door? Like,
just to see what everyone's interest is. See what you can get. What would be a crazy deal?
Gauge the interest.
I mean, I guess, but you know how these players are. Unless Brad Stevens is on that good of a relationship with his...
Jaylen Brown is always every year is in trade.
Which is what I mean. And look, I put Jaylen Brown. Oh, it is in here. Jaylen Brown is... This doesn't mean a whole lot. We don't put a ton of stock in this, but like Jaylen Brown is spending his summer here, his offseason in Boston, in the community, bettering the community. He took his $50 million sneaker deal, he didn't take any of it, put it into youth support and education and social justice initiatives. I don't think that's not getting enough play. Just get his name off your fucking lips. He's the top 10, 15 player in the NBA. You're going to miss Tatum next year. There's no reason for you to tank or retool or whatever. Just come out and say Jaylen Brown is untouchable. Can anybody give this guy an ounce of support from the Celtics organization just fucking once? No, we're gonna listen to talks for Jaylen Brown. Who are you gonna get for Jaylen Brown that you're gonna go, oh man, can't pass that up?
Giannis,
right? And they're not doing that. And I don't even know if I trade Jaylen Brown for Giannis. Like Jokic, like the list starts with Jokic and kind of fucking ends there. I saw a Steph Curry deal. First of all, the Warriors aren't trading Steph Curry for Jaylen Brown.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm not either.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm not trading Steph Curry for Jaylen Brown.
It's a terrible trade.
Just get him off your lips, Brad. Just tell he's a Celtic. He will be a Celtic. He's our future. He's our team. He's our captain. Give this guy a little bit of support. That's not usually my MO. I don't give a shit about players and what their feelings are. But this guy's earned it, and you need him. So shut up. You're not trading Jaylen Brown. Been saying that since Tatum got hurt. They're not trading Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
What about Derek White, Bobby?
Oh, yeah. If you get the right offer, you trade him 100%. I don't want them to. I like the player. I've enjoyed watching him, but I think you 100% listen.
If you can get something like what Memphis got for Bane, that's something to do.
I'd listen on Derek White because Derek White's older than you think.
Yeah, he's
31,
31, right?
Yeah.
He's in his prime right now.
Yeah, he's come into his prime a little bit later, and he's there. I'd listen on Derek White, where before I was a no, but I'd give it a little more. If someone wants to get stupid, if someone wants to get dumb on Derek White, sure.
That could be a way by packaging White and Porzingis that you get rid of Porzingis and kind of reshape using that asset.
Oh, get ready for Porzingis sticking around. You've already seen that.
No one's gonna want that guy.
The first reports after the season were Porzingis is viewed as a negative asset around the league, but the Celtics are listening to offers, and now everything you hear is, well, he's not we might want to keep him around, and when he's healthy, he's a very valuable asset. All the little dribbles and drabs sneaking out now is all positive of Porzingis. Look for him to sign an extension for a lower deal than he's getting. Like a 3-year, $18 million deal, or like $18 million per or something like that. Because no one wants him. But you're right. If you can attach him to a guy like Derek White and take a little bit less back, if you really want to get rid of him, maybe. We'll have a lot of time to talk about that as the Red Sox continue to
suck.
Thank you. Okay. Right back for... I never really know where these things are going. Our next segment is Dr. Big Mac's Big Brain. We have to be very careful. This is a very sensitive subject. The topic that we're about to get into. Ray has an ounce of racism that sometimes pops out when he's drinking. So we'll be right back with that.